So in these problems, we are going to work on being able to write down, if we are given a trig equation, being able to write down what the amplitude, the phase shift, and the period of that function is. So, for example, find the amplitude, phase shift, and period of, so the first problem here we're going to do is y equals 4 sine 2x minus pi over 3 plus 1. Okay, so the amplitude. Remember, the amplitude is the number that's right in front of the sine or the cosine, and it's the absolute value of that. So right in front of the sine here is a 4, so our amplitude is going to be the absolute value of 4, which is still 4. The let's do the period next. So the period, remember the period comes from looking at the number that's in front of the x, which we called b, and the period is 2 pi over b, so in this case it's going to be 2 pi over 2, or pi. And the phase shift, so for the, so the phase shift is going to be c over b. So we'll do that here. So this part is c. So remember, when we're talking about the phase shift, we always want to make sure that there's a negative in front of the number we're calling the c. So we want to be subtracting something. So here, the phase shift is going to be c over b. So in this case, it's going to be pi over 3 over 2. And we can think of 2 as 2 over 1. So this is going to be pi over 3 times 1 over 2, or pi over 6. So we'll do another one here. So y equals negative 1 minus 4 sine pi x plus pi over 4. Okay, so in this problem first, before we can kind of find the amplitude, the phase shift, and the period, I'm going to rewrite some stuff. So the first thing I'm going to rewrite is this negative 1 here. I usually like it to kind of be sitting out here on the end like it is over here. So we're just going to flip-flop the first two terms first. So, our problem is really y equals minus 4 sine pi x plus pi over 4. Minus 1. So all I've done is flip-flop those first terms. The second thing is, rather than have plus here for the phase shift, I need this to be a minus. And I can easily do that, but I just have to rewrite it. So it's minus 4 sine pi x minus negative pi over 4. So if I do minus a minus, it's the same as the plus. So I haven't changed the problem at all. I just split this plus into minus minus. So now I'm at a point where I can figure stuff out. So the amplitude here is going to be the absolute value of the negative 4. So the amplitude is going to be the absolute value of negative 4, which is 4. The period here is going to be 2 pi over b. So in our case, that's 2 pi. In this case, b is actually pi, so the period just comes out to be 2. And then this whole thing here is my c, because I still have this minus here. So I have minus c. So the phase shift is going to be c over b. So it's going to be minus pi over 4 over b, which is pi. So again, I can think of this as pi over 1. So this is going to be equal to minus pi over 4 times 1 over pi. My pi's would cancel, and I just end up with minus 1/4.